going to go back into that bondage on slave ships this time. Because the Israelites walked out of Egypt. But we're going back on ships to this new Egypt. This new Egypt, and we're going to serve new bondage now for breaking God's commandments. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We're going to see our home there no more. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Bondmen and bondwomen mean slave men and slave women. You're going to serve your enemy as slaves. This is Bible prophecy. This was written thousands of years ago. But our people don't know. Our people don't care even. They don't care about God and God's words. They're happy to sit up in a church, clap, sing songs, feel good. But when we read this book, they don't want to hear it. Okay, I see you. My name is Ira. How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. Okay, what's really good to you?
Cedar Green.
So let me show you something. First of all, let's show you that you are an Israelite. You consider yourself to be Bermudian, right? Yup. Deuteronomy 28:15. I'm just going to show you who you are according to the Bible. So you believe in the Bible, correct? Well, I'm going to show you something. Because your history is in this book. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So start, you heard of curses before, right? God said that you, Israelites, will be cursed if you don't follow what's written in this book. Did you know that? So there are curses today still on these people because they need verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Forever. These curses are going to be on your seed and your children. To be a sign like this, going to say, hey, these are the people.
Bring it out.
Because evil things happen to us. That curse, evil things happen to us. And we lost our identity. Which is why we call ourselves Bermudian today. And our people, we can't find Bermudian in this book.
No.
And Bermuda was named after a Spaniard. We're not Spaniards. We're not Spaniards. Right? Okay. Give me verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So the Lord said he would send enemies against us. Enemies. So what your enemy is going to do, your enemy is not going to love you. Your enemy is going to hit your guts. We can see that today. Do we have enemies? Do we have enemies? As black people? Yes. Okay, read.
And in thirst. And
So for food and for water, right, we have to go to our enemy. So for the food in our stores, we got to go to our enemy. For the water that we buy out of these bottles, we got to go to our enemies. If your enemy hates your God, are they going to give you food? What are they going to do with all that money that they made off buying basic necessities for life? What are they going to do with that money? Are they going to use it to uplift you? No, that's it. Yeah? So that's a curse. You're having to go to your enemy to buy stuff. That's a curse. You ever heard like, promotions are like, oh, you got to go and support black businesses. It's a black business, you got to support.
It is, Black history.
They still don't get enough support. It's not enough. It's not enough. See? Because what? There's a crisis from what? We can't do economics. We cannot overcome these things. So okay, so we got for food and for thirst, right? For hunger and thirst, read.
and in nakedness.
So for clothing, you got to go to your enemies. Your enemies make these clothes. Even if you go to a black shop that put a logo on it, they got all the raw materials from the enemy. Read.
And in want of all things.
You want anything in life, you have to go to your enemy. You wanna travel, you gotta go to your enemy, got a passport. You want an education, you gotta go to your enemy's curriculum and those school system. You know what I mean? Is it benefiting us? No. It benefits them. You heard of the school to prison pipeline? Never heard of that? That's a thing. That's a real thing in America. Through the prison pipeline, they have structured the schools to fill up the prisons. That's something that only someone's enemy would do to a people. That's evil. That's a curse. We're reading about our experience and our history in this book. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And he shall put a yoke of iron. So these are the yokes of iron, right there. Those are the yokes of iron. Have you ever seen a movie about slavery? TV show? Which one have you seen? The Harriet Tubman movie. That's good. That's good. In the Harriet Tubman movie, because I haven't seen that one, did they have slaves that were chained? Did you see the people chained up? Those are those yokes of iron. It said this enemy will bring them yokes of iron. And that's okay. So now look, your enemy will put them yokes on you in order to subjugate you. Meaning, in order to make you a slave, in order to force you to do work for them. They're gonna put you in chains, shackles and chains, train on your neck, on your arm, with your thumb. It's a curse. We look at it as just it's just something that happened way back in the day. We look at it as, why would God allow that to happen? Not only did God allow it to happen, he made it happen. Because one day we was wicked. Right? So read that.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Anything you want, you gotta go to your enemy. You make your enemy rich, and them riches you give them are not coming back to us. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So now, were we destroyed in slavery? Yes. How were we destroyed? We were destroyed mentally. Is that true? We were destroyed mentally? We came out of slavery. Now, what do we do to celebrate the freedom, or what they call emancipation? In Bermuda. Cup match. We do cup match now. Now, what do we do for cup match? I'll put it like that. What do we do? We play against teams in a cricket match. Where we got cricket from? The British. The British gave us cricket. That's how destroyed we were. We were so destroyed that in order to celebrate, now we even play their games. And we live and die by those St. George's colours and Somerset colours. We live and die by that. Our people live and die by these football teams now. Where we got football from? We got football from the British, our enemies. Yeah, so now people have lost their lives on this island fighting over football.
Really?
Yes, really. This was only a few years ago. You ever seen, you see the boys in your school, they sit up and they talk about football all day? They argue about football? That happens? Does it happen? Sometimes it happens, right? Grown men arguing about a ball sport decided to attack each other and fight and kill each other. So, that's how destroyed we were when we came out of slavery. Now we no longer know who we are. We no longer know that this Bible pertains to us. We no longer know that we are the Israelites according to the Bible. We now think that we're Bermudians. That's how destroyed we were. Give me verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord's going to bring us into slavery with ships. So just like right there, that's a slave ship. But in the Bible it said Egypt because that's what we just went through. So give me Exodus 22 real quick. It says Egypt. You ever seen like The Prince of Egypt? It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I've just seen it like
Seen the clips from it.
Yeah.
Watch it. Yeah, give it a shot. It's a good movie. But it will show you what it means when it says go back into Egypt. It's going to show you that that was a place where we were serving hard bondage. And now we came to spiritual Egypt to serve more hard bondage. So read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
The land of Egypt is the house of bondage.
Check it out.
So go back to Deuteronomy 28.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
So we're going to go back into that bondage on slave ships this time. Because the Israelites walked out of Egypt. But we're going back on ships to this new Egypt. This new Egypt, then we're going to serve new bondage now for breaking God's commandments. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
We're going to see our home now no more. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Bondmen and bondwomen mean slave men and slave women. You're going to serve your enemy as slaves. This is Bible prophecy. This was written thousands of years ago. But our people don't know. Our people don't care even. They don't care about God and God's prayers. They're happy to sit up in a church, clap, sing songs, feel good. But when we read this book, they don't want to hear it.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.